welcome back to the Culinary Hotline. Bling! See, I immediately do it to catch you off guard, and I hope that woke you up just a little bit. It is Wednesday, and you know that we get into it. Delicious, feel-good recipes are coming your way, and today we have chef and cookbook author that we got to know just a little bit more. Aiden Pienaar is still in the building, and he's in the kitchen in particular, here to cook some delicious recipes from his cookbook, Mexico in Mzansi. Now, of course, if you have any culinary conundrums or questions, please join us in discussions and send that voice note on 0634088863. Aiden, it's already cooking away. Onions always smell great. Where do we begin with a Mexican chakalaka?
Mexican chakalaka, yeah. So, of course, having a Mexican book with a South African twist or other way around, it won't be that unless we have a chakalaka.
Of course.
Okay. So, couple of ingredients. Very, very simple. We start with onions, of course, with lots of butter. Okay.
I like this. We're not afraid of butter here.
Yeah, butter, oil. We're just going to sweat that a little bit until it's a little bit colored, and then we're going to go in with the peppers.
Do you want to swap?
Do you
want to put me to work? I'll pass you. I'll be your sous chef.
Sure, no
Allow
problem.
me today. Okay, what did you ask for?
Okay, we're going to go with the peppers.
The peppers.
I'm leaving out, you can put that straight in. We're going to leave the garlic for a little bit later.
Oh, why?
Just to prevent it from burning.
Okay.
It's not very hot, so it won't, but just in case.
I love that.
So,
what is the Mexican part of this? We'll probably get to it a bit later.
Yes,
but carrots are definitely South African.
Yes, that's definitely South African. So we got a curry spice, like Cape Malane flavor over there. Some chili powder.
Oh, lovely.
And then the Mexican twist here is the chipotle chili.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of smokiness. And then, of course, black beans, where in traditional chakalaka, I believe they use navy beans, which is like a little white one. Yeah, that kind of bean.
Yes.
So we're going to swap it out for
I like
black
it.
beans. Yeah.
Protein is always a great idea.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, that smells incredible. So now, Aiden, I'm seeing you using 2 different spices.
Yes.
How do we sort of temper the heat? Because it's supposed to be very spicy.
Well, that's it. You can control it. So you must remember with cooking, you can always add, you can never take out. Okay. So what we're going to do, we'll put in a teaspoon, we'll taste.
I get you.
Rather than putting everything in at once, because everybody's spice level is a bit different.
Of course, and we got to build up that tolerance slowly but surely.
Exactly.
Right, peppers, onions in. Where do we go next?
We're going to go in with the garlic.
Okay, now's a good time.
Now's the garlic, yeah.
And you know what? My rule is that you can never have too much garlic. Like, the more the better.
I like garlic.
Yeah.
It does add amazing flavor to anything, really.
Yeah.
All right. And then once this is kind of simmering for about 30 seconds, whatever, then we put in the spices.
Okay.
Because we need to cook out that spice a bit. So we cook it into the oil, give it a mix, because we want to release that oils and the flavors and the aromas of the actual spices.
Lovely.
So we can go in with maybe like a teaspoon for now.
Okay.
Of the curry powder. Yeah.
Curry powder. Wait, like a heaped teaspoon?
That's
or
perfect, yeah.
Okay. Lovely.
Okay, then we just give it a mix.
What would you have this with?
Yeah.
Would you serve it with a braai? Because to me, chakalaka and braai is synonymous.
Yes, it can definitely be a side dish. I've actually seen people put it in an omelette. Yeah, for like a vegetarian. Yeah, so for like a vegetarian kind of alternative to
oh my goodness, why have I never tried that before?
Listen, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, delicious.
They sent me a video and they put it in an omelette. I was like, so clever.
Exactly. Yeah. Packed with flavor, absolutely delicious.
Sure.
Okay, and then this one?
Yeah, maybe like a half a teaspoon.
What do you say?
Just a half a teaspoon. There we go.
Is that
perfect,
enough?
Yeah. Remember, we can always just add.
You can always add, not take away.
Exactly.
And when you say you should taste along the way, at what points do you taste as you're making the chakalaka in particular?
Well, if you're not scared of tasting raw veg or semi-raw veg, you can taste it
even now. Okay.
Yeah. I've got a very good idea, obviously, so I'm not gonna give it
you're the
a taste.
professional. We love to see it.
Okay, and now we can go in with the carrots.
Okay.
We gotta cook the carrots out a bit. The beans is gonna go in last.
Is it because they're already cooked?
Yes, exactly. You don't want them to turn to mush.
Yeah.
So that will go right at the end, and then we'll garnish with coriander.
I love this. Yeah. What is your favorite recipe from your book? Do you have one?
Yes, I do. And I get this question quite often.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of fish. So I do like a fish ceviche.
Okay.
So it's basically a white fish, cake or cod or whatever, and you basically cook it in lemon juice or lime juice. Then we make like a little salsa, like tomato, onion, coriander, and then we actually put in mango.
Oh,
yeah.
That combination sounds incredible.
Yeah. Mango or pineapple, whatever is in season. Obviously, mango's in season now.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite special.
And then you would serve it with what? Or is that the meal?
With corn chips.
With corn chips.
It's like a chip and dip, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just cook this down for a little bit.
Okay, and so what's the next? We're going with tomato next,
yes,
right?
Yes, we're going to go with tomatoes. Right in. Oh, the smell is just unbelievable.
It smells incredible so far.
That curry flavor.
Too good. Would this be the point that you kind of figure out if you need more curry spice or not?
A little bit later.
A little bit later.
We're still going to add the chipotle, which is smoked chili. And that also obviously has a bit of spice to it.
Okay.
And
the smokiness is very apparent.
Yes. So a chipotle chili is actually a jalapeno that's been smoked.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the name just changes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we can pop that in.
Okay. All of it, right?
Maybe half.
A little bit.
Okay. There we go. Perfect. Just give that a stir. I'll just keep on moving it. This is a beautiful non-stick pan, by the way. So it won't stick.
Shout out to our kitchen team.
Yeah. And then we basically will just have the simmer until it's cooked.
Yeah.
And then we'll add in the beans later.
I love that. Yeah. Okay, so for the sake of TV, let's chuck the beans in now and just allow it to cook.
Okay, you can put it in half for now. There we go.
When do we season?
We'll season now.
Now, okay. Generous or?
Yeah, generous, go for it. Yeah. And it's molten salt, so it's beautiful.
Oh yes, I love.
There
Bit of pepper.
Perfect. You see the colors, it's the orange, reds,
I love
blacks.
it. Let me tell you, Raul would be so proud of us because he always says eat the rainbow, and this is exactly that.
There we go.
I love it. So the dania doesn't cook. We just garnish with it on the top.
We can put in throughout.
Yeah.
But just for the sake of people that doesn't like coriander that much, we'll just put a little bit of we can just put it on top a little bit.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. That will also add some vibrancy and some beauty.
Some extra color. Yeah.
Oh, I love.
So we'll just cook this. You can put a lid on if you want, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing stopping us from tasting it right now because all of these are pretty cooked. So let's see if we did a good job so far.
How's your seasoning?
Ooh, spicy, but great. I love it.
Yeah, it's there. It's definitely there.
Oh, I love that. Well done.
Thank you very much.
I'm not going to take any credit. No, I did nothing. Welcome me back into your kitchen. Let me try again. We'll have 2 more sessions of Culinary Hotline Bling. Your favorite food memories. Do you have any?
The first time I had a traditional corn Mexican tacos was in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it.
What was inside?
It was they actually called it Baja fish taco. So it's made with mahi, which is almost like a Cajun, it's a fish, but it's Cajun spiced.
Ooh, you mentioned many things there. Baja mahi.
Mahi is a fish.
The fish?
Beautiful fish.
Yeah.
And then they blacken it. They call it blackened, so it's like our Cajun.
Ooh, yum.
And it's just put into this homemade corn tortilla. Oh, it was so good.
I feel you're reliving the memory right now.
Yeah, it was actually in a place called Laguna Beach.
Okay.
In between San Diego and Los Angeles.
Beautiful.
Yeah, on the beach.
I love a fish taco. That is the perfect thing. As you're watching fish, eating the fish, come on.
Exactly.
Couldn't think of anything better. And we would also like to give away some of your cookbooks. So if you would like to win one of these, if you have a story just like that, share it with us. If it's funny, if it's memorable, it means something to you, share it with us on our WhatsApp line because we are giving away 1 out of 3 cookbooks. Now, the competition ends at the end of the show today at 9 a.m. So please get to entering, and T's and C's, of course, can be found on expressoshow.com. Well done, Aiden.
Awesome, thank you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, your beauties. This is officially another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ding, ding, ding. Extra bass this morning. I like it. It might be in honor of Aiden, who has been amazing this morning. Earlier, he prepared some delicious Mexican chakalaka, and now we're about to make chicken tacos. No pressure, Aiden.
Not at all.
So we are, of course, stood beside Aiden Pienaar, who's released Mexico in Mzansi, a beautiful cookbook combining, I think, the 2 most complementary flavor palettes ever. 100%. And South Africa, we are about kind of sitting around a table. I love what you said about human connection, foods that we can dip into. And it also allows for a bit more of an exciting culinary journey, which is cool.
Also sparks conversation.
100%. And there are a few conversation starters here, i.e. how do you pack your taco? How do you eat your taco? What's going inside? So let's start there. What is informing our taco creation?
Okay, so we're making a chicken taco. That is basted almost in kind of a chili lime dressing or basting. And then we serve it with crispy leeks.
Oh, wow.
Okay? And then a smoked chili or chipotle sour cream or mayonnaise.
I love that. I love leeks in any way, shape or form. So, and they're kind of like an onion. So they give you that kind of like that flavor profile, but being slightly smaller, the crunch is going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, so let's get cracking.
And chicken thighs, obviously. I don't know if I mentioned that, but
yeah. And why the thighs, incidentally, as you get going?
Thighs really is because. I think a lot of people stay away from chicken because maybe they overcook chicken.
Yeah, it can get dry,
especially the breast. And I go for thighs because, number one, it's the red meat of the chicken. And it actually is very difficult to overcook. The longer you cook it, the softer it gets.
There we go. And it's got all the beautiful fats, and I'm glad we've left the skin on there. That's flavor.
Definitely.
Okay, where do we kick off?
So we are going to start by cooking our chicken thighs, but we will just dip it in a little bit of...
Oh, lime chili. Now,
lime chili.
Lime, as I understand it, is quite a Mexican thing. They use that to kind of offset a lot of their really spicy or strong flavors.
Very much so. Actually, if your mouth is burning from chili, evidently, biting a piece of lime could actually help alleviate
whether that's true or not, I'm still going to get my kids to try it. I know, I love the fact that my kids have embraced chilies and hot sauce and
amazing,
that flavor profile, but it's come at the, I don't want to say at the cost, I've had to invest a lot into that and really get them to enjoy cooking, enjoy making food, enjoy what's going into their food, and create the culture of food. When you look at your own culinary journey, how important was it to have that influence, that culture within your own home of enjoying and celebrating food?
I think it's definitely important. I mean, I'm very proudly South African. And I think I always grew up, everybody in South Africa knows the braai.
Yeah.
And I think mashing these two cuisines together is actually quite special. And I basically took the South African food or flavors and pushed them into the Mexican bubble rather than the other way around.
Okay, that's clever. And in that way, I suppose you're honouring both, as opposed to kind of diluting one or the other. I think
it needs to be a very fine balance as well, and that's what we try to do here in Mexico and Mzansi. Okay, so our chicken thighs are cooking.
Looking beautiful.
Down. Okay, we start with skin down, and we'll just let that cook gently, and then I want to come over to the leeks. Graham, like you said, it's the onion family. Okay, this is probably the most intricate part of anything in the book, really.
Okay, wow.
Because we need to cut them as fine as we can. Okay, so if you can see here, it's got layers, like a lot of our personalities,
own little fibers in there.
Exactly.
I love that.
So we'll just go very gently. Just try and slice them as thin as you can.
Did you just drop a Shrek dad joke there, hey?
You heard that.
You just snuck it under there. Very good. Very good.
All right, so we'll just do that with maybe just two. And then this recipe, funny story, is actually the first recipe I've ever tried before opening my restaurant. So this set precedent to everything else.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
So this really is a full circle.
It really is.
The fact that this is, I mean, well done little recipe.
Yeah.
Hey, he's found himself in the real world. Yeah, he's got a real job.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that is brilliant. That actually makes me weirdly emotional.
Yeah.
You must have had a few of those moments with this journey, just looking at your beautiful book. I could see you kind of appreciate it again this morning when I pointed out how gorgeous it is. But there must have been a few emotional moments through this journey.
You know what? I think... you take things for granted very often. Yeah. And I still do to this day, I'm going to be honest. Sometimes people are like, oh, how's your book doing? I'm like, oh yeah,
I've got a book.
I've got a book.
I've got a whole book.
And you know what, there's a lot of people that strive for it, and I'm saying, just go for it. If you want to start something, like a book or being a chef, just, number one, it has to be a passion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Passion or purpose,
passion or purpose. And then, secondly, I think...
Magic.
If you want to do a book, get your stuff in order and just put yourself out there, really.
Well,
and that's what I did.
And you deal with it. You deal with the challenges because there will be challenges. And right now, we're going to pose a challenge to you. We want to listen to Pauline sent us through a voice note. I don't know if it's in the hopes of winning one of your cookbooks or maybe she's got a question, but let's hear from Pauline right now. Can you turn it up nice and loud?
Happiest moment in the kitchen is making tortillas, cutting habaneros and forgetting how hot they are. So wherever you touch, it burns. Wiping my eyes while cooking. So I think that was the funniest one because I was dancing all around the kitchen. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Don't touch your eyes and don't go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's the biggest one, eh?
And I would imagine when you start playing in the Mexican playground, Chili's, you're going to discover new levels of hotness that you hadn't before.
Very much so, but I must be honest, Graham, that is where people are misconceiving Mexican. Mexican food doesn't have to be spicy.
It can be subtle. Yeah.
It can be subtle. In Mexico, they actually use chili as flavor rather than spice. You know, they got hundreds of, and they use a lot of dry chilies, which in turn is quite spicy, but they treat it in a way where, you know, the subtleness kind of like, or the spiciness dumps down, and the flavor just intensifies.
And I find that with a lot of the nuances of curry making, for instance, it's not just about that bazooka of hotness.
Exactly.
There are layers and levels to play in that. I'm so glad that you've done this deep dive.
Sure.
Just very quickly, we will assemble these in a moment, but talk us through the next steps of the process.
Okay, so I have, like you saw, I cut the leeks quite thinly. Do it as thin as you can, and I'm deep frying them in quite low oil, because you don't really want color, but you want them to crisp up quite nicely. Then we're gonna put some marinade again, heat up the tacos, get some color on them on the gas hob, and assemble. That's
Oh,
it.
man, well, I think we'll have to do a little live assemble in just a moment. Absolutely love it. Now, if you'd like to get your hands on Mexico in Mzansi, courtesy of Aiden, we've got a couple of books to give away this morning. We've heard an awesome story from Pauline. I think she might net one of them, but if you'd like to, you can send us a voice note to our WhatsApp line, 063-408-8863. Share one of your funniest or most memorable kitchen stories. We'd love to hear from you. Make it funny, because we need a laugh midweek, and we might just send you one of these gorgeous cookbooks. So simple, yet so many wonderful things to discover in it. It's just going to be magical. But we'll finish off our tacos in just a moment. That is such a cool idea.
It is, yeah. And when you taste it, it doesn't have pungency, but it's got that like onion hum with the smoked mayo. All comes together.
Beautiful. Oh, Carissa, I hope you're ready. I might even give you the honor of first taste this morning.
Only you can make my day.
So a little bit earlier, we prepared 2 dishes from Aiden's amazing new cookbook. And now we have one more recipe to tackle. And we want to wrap up what we've been doing. But we've got a pico de gallo. I have no idea what that is. What does it mean, Aiden?
With the gallo, the L is silent.
Gallo.
Yeah, it's like
Gallo.
quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
Like quesadilla.
Okay.
Yeah. Pico de gallo is basically just a tomato, onion, chili, and coriander salsa. Very simple, nice
I love it.
accompanying.
Okay, well, should we make that and then we can
Yes.
we can plate everything
Right.
and put it all together?
This is a quick one. It's been beautifully cut for us already. So tomatoes, thank you very much. Beautiful tomatoes. The seeds have been removed. It just makes it watery.
You see.
But use the seeds for soups or stews, whatever.
Sauce or whatever,
Exactly.
but yeah, for this, we want something that's got a crunch, got a bit more backbone.
Red onion, chopped again. And then some chilies. You can put as much as you like. I'm going to put a little bit because the chakalaka is a little bit
It's got some
spicy.
heat as well. I know, Carissa, I could just see a glisten on the forehead after a taste test, which is a sign.
And then it's not Mexican if it's not coriander.
There we go.
Okay, so roughly chop it.
It strikes me that everything that you use and have used in your kind of example of Mexican cooking, it's very strong flavors. Everything is strong. So you've got to be, I suppose, quite careful about getting that balance right.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why you can always add, never take out. With salt especially.
Yes.
Just season it. Taste it, season it, taste it, season it, taste it.
That is gold in the kitchen, okay? You can always add, but you can never take out.
And I think it's actually quite interesting as well because you kind of like see how your dish develops throughout the process, Because onion, tomato, everything on its own, part of the coriander, really tastes like itself.
Yeah.
So it needs a little bit of help from salt and lime juice. You can use lemon juice, but I really do recommend lime.
There is a reason why the lime has stood the test of time within the
Exactly.
Mexican culture. There is something
Definitely.
about it.
Just want to grab a cloth there. Sorry, Graham.
Go for it.
Okay. And then just give it a mix. There we go.
So for the taco process here, just so I can give you a hand, I'm guessing we're going to actually need to do the
Yes,
tacos
so
themselves,
we
eh?
can put on this one. These ones are cooked already, so we're just going to warm them through.
Okay.
So you can take this and just chip, chip, chip.
That's very
flip them.
exciting. Thank you
Okay.
for giving me the responsibility.
Of course,
doing this.
anytime. I trust you, Graham.
No one else does here. About how long do you think?
Just you'll hear a little bit of a crackle, get a little bit of a char, and then we'll put them on our plate over here. That's it.
Oh.
You can see they become quite pliable.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you're looking for.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So then we'll just put them on the plate and we can go again. And then,
That smoky smell as well.
nice.
love it.
I think
Yeah.
it's quite important to get that char.
Yeah.
Just as another layer of flavor. And it's not burnt. Color means flavor. That's what I've been taught. You know,
Okay, now that
be
you
it
said that, let me not burn it.
be it a steak, a chicken, you'll see the chicken is quite heavily charred. And it just means there's more flavor in there. You don't want to put a boiled breast on it. You know, it's not going to have the
Yeah.
same effect or flavor.
Completely.
Okay.
Oh, I love this. I love the fact that there is a lot of room to kind of express yourself and what
For
you
sure.
like and your
Yeah.
flavors. As much as we're playing from a playbook and a brilliant one at that, cooking should be about what you
Yeah,
like.
you
eh?
adapt it to your palate.
Oh, lovely. Okay, well, will you start to assemble? I'm
Yes,
going to play us a
definitely.
little voice note. This one came through from Tabo this morning. Good morning, Tabo. Let's hear what he had to say.
Good morning, Expresso. My name is Tabo, and I'm from Pretoria. If I have to think of a funny cooking story, it would have to be when me and my girlfriend were in our first months of dating, and I tried to flip an egg as I was cooking on the pan. What happened was the pan handle broke and basically there was egg all over the floor. Luckily she still stayed throughout that whole ordeal.
Presumably, Tabo, she didn't eat that egg, or maybe it just evolved into a really sexy, awesome scene. I don't care, Tabo. You're awesome, dude. Thank you for sharing. I think we're almost at the point of taste testability.
Definitely.
So I think let's bring
there's
Carissa in.
quite a lot of eyes on us. At
I
the
know,
moment.
but it does smell absolutely amazing. Carissa,
Yes.
I did
I've been
promise
summoned.
you, in fact, I did promise you first taste.
You did.
So what I came up with this brilliant idea of,
Okay.
of finally chopping up the leeks, okay? Finally, like Julian on another level.
You can take it.
And then deep fry it, okay? So you get
Are
the
those
crispy...
leeks that you're putting
I
on?
know,
That's
that's what I'm
the
saying.
Sprouts.
I
Maybe
know.
the
So no,
leeks,
I say loosely. Aiden very, very beautifully finely chopped a leek up, and we deep fried it to get that crispy.
Wow.
That is gorgeous.
There we go.
That looks beautiful. I don't even want
Okay.
to eat it.
And
It
this
looks
is
so
where it
good.
all started.
Absolutely
Okay,
gorgeous.
so we squeeze some
okay,
lime.
squeeze some lemon. I'm loving the show today. I feel like there's something magical about the stars aligning today or something. I feel like you're going to just go on to do unbelievable things with
Thank
this
you.
book.
I plan to.
We're not joking when we say this is the
Please.
manifestation
Do I put some
station.
pico de gallo
You
on?
can put pico de gallo, you can put chakalaka,
Anything.
anything
Oh my
that
gosh,
we've
it's
made
spilling
today.
everywhere.
I don't know
You
if I
can
want
put
to
on.
just get this
Oh,
first.
in the flavor first.
Okay, I'm going to
Okay.
do this first. Oh my God, no.
Good, yeah. See the char, the smokiness,
Wow.
the chili, and the onions, the spring onions, just got a subtle little bit of a,
Where's the spring onion?
This is a spring onion.
The
crispy-
leek rather.
Oh, leek
the-
onion, yeah. Sorry.
The crunchiness, but
Oh, a leek is an onion.
it
Yeah,
is,
same,
yeah, it's
yeah.
part of the broader family. The lime.
Wow.
That's the
Oh
kicker.
my goodness,
Yeah.
that lime chili. Oh, this is spectacular. I'm sorry, I'm stopping talking now.
Okay, it's
I'm
my
gonna-
turn.
I'm
I'll
gonna
do it.
take
I'll do
over.
it. I hope you get your hands on your phone to send a voice note to get yourself one of these books, please. 9 o'clock is where we wrap it up. But we also are going to chat to Alan Committee. We're playing a game with him. If he wins, maybe he'll win a taco too. We'll save one just for him. We're playing Perrault or Parody. It's going to be so much fun. And then also we get back into the kitchen for some Wheat Bix chocolate muffins. It's going to be a really interesting combination, just like this Mexican South African one is. Well done.
Thank you very much.
My
Dude, it's
goodness.
honestly, I think the nicest thing I've eaten in this kitchen all year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely beautiful,
I'll take
dude.
that. Thank you very much.
Absolutely beautiful. I thought you might have started mine there. I was about to get Get nasty. No, absolutely beautiful.